Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Pearl's Politics, the only mom and son political commentaries on the World Wide Web. All right, so we're gonna try to see if we can get the chat box working. It was working earlier. Okay, that's the private for the studio chat. Okay, I see the chat room is going all right. We're gonna put that. Hello everyone, and welcome to Pearl's Politics in here, so it can go out to all of the platforms. I don't see. I hear echo, and I want to make sure I get the echo stream out. Let's see, make sure got the echo. Oh, I didn't kick you out, did I? No, you still
Nah, I'm
there?
here. I'm here.
Okay, okay, great. I'm just pushing buttons in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to see if when we going live on Facebook, it should be showing me single uh live up there, but looks like I gotta go to our channel. There it is. We are live currently on the channel, so now I gotta share this over to the Facebook page because
hmm
for some reason it's not showing on my feed, right?
Yeah.
It should have been showing on my feed. Hey, we're live with politics. Come on in. Okay, I'm trying to just make sure that everybody get a chance to come into the show. Okay. They're coming in now. Let's see. We got the streaming recording progress going on. Uh-huh. Hey, okay. So look like our YouTube and other platforms are in. I don't know about the Facebook. Doesn't seem like they are in yet. But I don't do too much in that. I'm trying to see here. I was gonna put that in the chat box so I could let everybody know that yeah, we got some people with us. Facebook don't chat much. Okay, let's see. Hello and welcome to Pearl's Politics. Okay, I'm trying to copy this, and I got a new mouse, but the mouse is kind of I don't know what. Uh-huh. Kind of has a mind of its own. Looks like. Okay, give me 1 minute, y'all. Let the old lady get her fingers right here. Well, our upload progress is going along smooth.
Yeah, I see it.
You can see the upload progress
Yeah, I can
at
see it.
at 93.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I can't get the count in here. I might can just do it right here. Okay. Not gonna let me do it. Well, anyway, it's 173 you guys over there on YouTube. Thank y'all so much. You're probably from YouTube and Rumble as well. Okay. So now I'm gonna go click us in live. Look like Jen is here with us. Okay. Uh-oh, let me get this volume down on my phone. All right. There we go. Let's get started, as my little teen talker used to say. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a combination of local, mid-south, national, and international, and we're gonna do it straight through. We may have one break, and then we'll get out of your hair. Okay. But before we actually get into our politics, thank you, 182 viewers over there on YouTube, Rumble maybe, because my gamers they'll usually put something in the chat box when they're watching, when they tune in. They don't stay, but they will come in and say hello. I got a little fun fact for y'all. I don't know if y'all can see this bowl or not. Nope, it's not showing. But let me tell you what's going on with my bowl. As you can see, it looks white on the screen, but it's actually a cream colored, vanilla colored bowl. And the FDA, the Food Administration, has made a recommendation. I don't know if they made it a mandate yet to take the red dye out of our food. All right. So I opened a can of vegetable soup this evening, and I ate a little bit of it, and then I discarded the rest. But then I got ready. I washed the bowl, and I wasn't. There was some red stains, from the soup stains inside the bowl that just wouldn't come out with the dishwashing liquid. So I used a kitchen and counter spray cleaner, put that in there. Tried and washed with that, and it was still there. I said, okay. So then I got a scrub, one of those scrub scroungers that you use, Tim, that already has the soap in it.
Yeah.
Scrubbed around with that. It still wouldn't come out. And so then I took some dishwashing liquid, just straight dishwashing liquid, no water, and one of those copper scrubbing wire pads, and went around trying to get it out. It still wouldn't come out. It left it a lot. Some of it did come out, but it still left the stains. So now, I was for it okay about them taking out the red dye from our foods, but I'm really, really for it now because what the first thing that came to me is this, Tim, and you can tell me what you think about it. If a red dye will stick to plastic bowls like this, is it sticking to our inside of our body like that? What
Yeah.
do you think about that?
Yeah. I believe so.
That's not good.
Now.
Not good at all. So they are absolutely correct when they say that we don't need that in our food. Okay. All right, let's start with local news. All right, so I know y'all heard about this man. His name is Hayes, here in Memphis, Tennessee. He has had 5 of his hearings to set him free rescheduled. They are saying that this man is innocent, but they will not let him go. So they finally had a hearing yesterday. Um, and the judge, I'm not going to call the judge's name, said that he was going to have to stay locked up. And the reason why is because he says that he didn't have a jurisdiction to set him free uh, because our district attorney is for setting him free. I guess that's on city and county level. Yeah, maybe. District attorney because he's the DA. But the judge is saying that the state attorney has to make that decision. Now, I was already frustrated when they kept rescheduling the man's hearing because I'm like this. If you have determined by all evidence the man has served 2 decades for a crime that y'all are saying now that he did not commit. So what's the holdup? Why do they keep holding this man and don't want to let him go
Mm.
free? What's
Well,
up with that?
here's the thing. I watched a documentary about a boxer named Ruben. Denzel
Mm-hmm.
Washington played the role.
Mm-hmm.
He was proven innocent, but he also had to stay extra time because he had to go up to the higher courts. So by me watching a little bit of it, I understand it, but to people that hadn't checked into it or went down the rabbit hole and it wouldn't understand it. It seems like unfair treatment, but it really isn't. It's a process. Easy to get in and hard to get out.
That's pitiful. That is really, really pitiful. I don't like that. A justice system is supposed to be fair. It's supposed to be just for cases like this. If the evidence is proven that someone is not guilty and did not do the crime, there should be a speedy release. But they keep keeping him. So why in the world they say that the state attorney or whoever it is from the state uh, has not even shown up or is putting in any input on the issue. Now, what's up with that, Tim?
Well, different states kind of vary, but I think the rule of thumb is to go through that process. In the documentary that I was speaking about, he had to go almost all the way up to the Supreme Court. that had the authority to actually release him. Not saying that's going to be the case for this gentleman here,
Hmm.
but I believe that the judges are trying to dot their I's and cross their T's because they I would probably do the same thing because I wouldn't want anything to come back and bite me. Everything has to be done by the numbers.
Okay. I understand that side of it, but I want to look at another side. Um, Let me ask you this question. The person that you're talking about, the documentary that you
Yes,
watched about this
yes.
person, was he African American or Caucasian?
Say it again.
Was he African American or Caucasian?
African American.
Okay, so is this gentleman. So here's my question. Now, the person that was killed and murdered was Caucasian, a Caucasian woman. And the evidence has shown that it was a Caucasian mother and daughter team that actually killed this other Caucasian woman. So my question is this. If it was a Caucasian man, would his case have been rescheduled 5 times if he had been proven innocent? Would they still be making him stay behind bars if he was a Caucasian man? And the
I
reason why,
go ahead. Mm-mm.
and the reason why I'm asking this question is because I've been looking at different arenas regarding race. And it seems like instead of us moving forward, we're moving backwards. We're moving backwards to a racist concern. This country is becoming more racist than it was 10 years ago, than it was 9 years ago. So if it's not stopped now, we will be taken all the way back to the civil rights movement.
What? But let's be clear on that. Racism never went anywhere. It's just disguised and hid better until now.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Uh-huh. I'm gonna give you a clap on that because I do agree.
it never went anywhere.
They just camouflaged it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. But since a certain person
yeah.
has been over the country,
Hmm.
it seems that um, people have just become more bolder.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a big cause of it because him is himself is trying to erase all the history, landmarks and whatnot of African American descent. He's trying to erase it. And they're just like kind of following his lead. You
S-
know,
Speaking of that, I was gonna say this for a fun fact, which is not funny, but it's actually part of it. It's true. He recently, this week, signed an executive order to change the lake of to change the name of a lake,
I saw this.
Lake Ontario, which
Uh huh.
is basically credited to Canada, but geographically, it is true that most of the lake is in the United States territory. So he goes and does an executive order to change the name of the Lake Ontario to Lake America.
Yeah,
And that's his justification for doing that. But it's really not his justification for doing that. He's just messing up and doing and changing everything that he can change before he leaves. But here's the fun fact part of it. Because if he wasn't such a narcissist, he would really listen to some accurate feedback and know that once the Democrats take over both the House and the Senate, they're gonna change everything back to the way it was. They're gonna get rid of those names. They're gonna put things back. So you're wasting your time on trivial stuff, Donald, just to avoid the important things, okay? And we all see that now. So basically, if you want to sum it up, you're not such a good businessman after all. Because why? Because you don't got your mind on the deal. You don't got your mind on the deal. You're doing everything to keep from doing what you're supposed to do. What do you say, Tim?
I mean, yeah, it behooves me of all that's going on majorly that the us American people are concerned with. You know, we're feeling it on financial, food, gas, clothing, you name it. Everything is high and it's too high. And people
Mm-hmm.
are working harder than they ever have worked in their life. And they're
Mm-hmm.
still not barely be able to hold their head above water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, who cares? We don't care about a lake right now. That's not what we want to be concerned with. Who cares? The lake will
Yeah,
be here when we gone. We don't
that's
care
the
about
funny
the lake.
part. That's the fun part of it. Because we tell it like a TIT on here, y'all. We make
Yeah,
politics plain and simple so you can understand,
yeah.
okay? And you know what? Let's just be clear. Donald, you got that position for the second time because you did a pretty good job the first time, okay? Because when COVID came out, you made sure that we had food and the things that we need with the money that you sent us every 2 weeks, wasn't it? Was it every 2 weeks or every week? I think it
Every
was every
week,
week.
every week.
Yeah. So, you cared about us. We felt it and we felt the love. But this second time that you got in here, you're not giving us any love at all. And that's the reason why we are parting ways with you. We liked you, we appreciated you, and we respected you for what you were doing in your first term. But because of the things that you have done and are doing and will do on the second term, we are parting ways with you. Now, that's what I say, Donald, it's too late. You're trying to hold on to the Republican Party, but you have destroyed it. And a lot of people are Republicans, regardless of their race. They voted for you the second time because you showed us love the first time. You cared for us the first time that you were in on your first term. And we were expecting you to be the same way. What do you say about that, Tim?
I say we were bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. You bamboozled us.
True. I agree. All right. Let's move on to the next thing about local and Mid South. The state of Tennessee has voted to display the Ten Commandments in the schools in Tennessee. And the school districts that want to do it can do it. It's not mandatory, okay? Let's understand that. It's not mandatory, but it is permissible now. However, there is opposition from political entities, uh, religious entities, civil rights entities, opposition. And my question is, what is the status quo on that? Tim, do you think it should be okay? It should be any opposition, or should there be opposition? What?
Well, let's be clear about it and let's be honest. The schools have never been the same since they took prayer out and in school discipline.
I agree. I totally agree. And I think there are a lot of people out there that would agree with you, right, y'all? Yeah, they would. They agree. So I say, so what? If the schools in whatever district want to display them, fine. Because your child, if you don't want your child to be part of it, your child doesn't have to look at the sign. That's what I say. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just tell your child, walk on by the sign. Be like Diana was. Walk on by.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, they're just, and like you say, you got the oppositions. Um, they're pretty much winning everything right now, or it appears to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because now they're in they've put in the school into where to let your child choose its own gender and things of that nature. All type of nonsense like that is what the schools are flooded with now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, if they could choose their own gender, they can choose whether or not to look at the sign of the Ten Commandments. Is what I say, right?
Yeah, and they're putting it inside of children's books. I
Mm.
saw a parent that was at a, what do you call it, the neighborhood meeting, town hall,
Mm-hmm.
and he pointed out and read straight from the book. The terms would make a grown person flinch. The
Mm-hmm.
terminology that they're using
Mm.
at a young age. We're talking about third, fourth, fifth grade level.
Mm. Yeah, they want to be a it instead of a he or
Yeah,
she.
a
And that's
pronoun.
crazy. So, I think aliens are it, but I don't think I'm an alien. Yeah, it's a mess. All right, continuing with the state of Tennessee. Well, no, this is actually local, the city of Memphis. They're getting ready to buy some rapid DNA machine testing machines. As you
Yeah.
know, the city of Memphis got sued. I think that lawsuit is still the thing about these lawsuits when they're brought against the city and when they're brought against the county and this city as well as the state of Tennessee. We all we hear about is that it's been filed and we never hear any follow up, right? So I know this has been at least 3 years ago that lawsuits were brought against the city of Memphis and the county because they had stacked up those rape kits in a room, a big old storeroom, wall to wall, where
And it's
never been
still
had
that
never been
way.
tested, and it is still that way. You're right, Tim. So their solution now finally is to get some rapid DNA testing machines, so which will test the DNA within 90 minutes, supposedly. And guess what? You got some opposition about that. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. Hold it. Just, I'm like my coworker used to say, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. First, you complain because they're not being tested. But now that the city and the state and the county are going to get these machines so they can get tested, you got a problem with the machines. Talking about the
Yeah.
machines might not be accurate. What do you say about that?
But that's true. Uh, let's be clear. We got a lot of people that are in prison that didn't do the crime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
by this is being backlogged, what, 30, 40 years
Mm-hmm.
backlogged?
Mm-hmm.
It's some people wait that could have been exonerated from their prison sentences.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So is it a step in the right direction? But yeah, but we're 40 years behind in testing for us,
Mm-hmm.
the rooms and rooms of
Mm-hmm.
kids and whatnot.
And there's no telling where the culprit is, and the culprit might even be dead.
That's true.
So yeah, I am for the rapid DNA testing machine, and I'm gonna give myself a round of applause on that. Audience, you can clap with me.
Hmm.
Oh, so what else is on the news desk today? Okay, this is national. Wait a minute, I'm still in the Mid South. Uh
Uh-oh.
huh. Okay, in the Mid South, because they consider Mississippi as part of Mid South in our area, y'all. So in Senatobia, Mississippi, there was this 1 year old baby that was shot and killed by an officer chasing a car that had the baby in it because the whoever was driving the car or the mother, it was two women. One of them or both of them stole some diapers out of a Walmart store and Senatobia, Mississippi. This is kind of national news too because it was shown nationally. And so, being Crump Y'all know that worldwide famous civil rights attorney is taking over the case for the family and representing them for answers as well as to file a lawsuit. And that happened at least, what, 6 weeks ago?
It sounds about right.
They just now disclosing who the officer was. They all of this 6 weeks time they did not
Yeah.
they wasn't giving out any information, was not being transparent. And recently they say that the mayor, who is Caucasian, was making some derogatory comments on Facebook or social media platform. And so the whole town, and it's got to be a small town. I've never been there. I
It
try to
is.
stay. I try to stay out of Mississippi.
Yes,
I
it's small.
fell out with Mississippi when I found out they didn't take slavery off the books until 1996. I was through with them then.
Hmm.
But anyway, the mayor is Caucasian, and come to find out, the officer that actually shot the gun where the bullet came from, that killed that 1 year old baby, was Caucasian or
Yeah.
is Caucasian.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my uh, sentiments and my opinion on this. Um, it is said that this particular little small town's law enforcement has a long history of being prejudiced against African Americans down there and using excessive force against African Americans and pulling them over. What they call that? Targeting them all the time,
Profiling.
profiling them all the time. And so I don't like that part at all. You know, that's a prime example of law enforcement gone rotten.
Yeah, but the rule of thumb in any law enforcement is if the vehicle is being used as a weapon, meaning you're coming straight forward to an officer, or you're trying to hit an officer, or you're trying to hit innocent bystanders. I think that's what they're gonna try to lean on and go with.
Well, yeah, that is what they said, but the video shows that the car was way in front of them and did not even try to hit them.
So that officer is at fault. This is by their rule of thumb.
Yeah.
We've seen so many cases, and that's how they justify uh, actual unaliving of people because they
Hmm.
were scared for their life, and
Yeah, they lie.
the car was used as a weapon.
I know good and well you in fear for your life. I you to jump your butt out the way.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
because
exactly.
of, because here's my point. If you were not an officer and didn't have a gun, that's the first thing you're gonna do. You're gonna try to drop your butt out the way.
Yeah, yeah,
And you saw the baby in the car, but you still want to shoot a gun? Come on now. That's not even Bonnie Fife. Because even if Bonnie Fife had seen the baby in the car, Bonnie Fife would not have shot his one bullet.
yeah. And it kind of lets you know, going back to what you said about the history of the town, uh,
Hmm.
by their officer being so open and freely to shoot, lets me know that pretty
They've
much
been doing
all
it
of
all
their
the time.
officers have been justified in everything that they do.
That they do, that they did
Yeah,
all of these years.
yeah,
But now it's time to shut down. It's time to shut them down. And they getting ready to somebody finna pay some money. And I bet they don't even have the money in that small town, to pay multi-million-dollar lawsuit. But guess what? They're gonna have to find the money somewhere. And the best only way they're gonna find it is they're gonna have to take out the state of Mississippi is
yeah,
gonna have to take out some bonds
yeah, yeah.
and produce that money.
I hope they got to get a loan and do it.
They got to, cause they ain't got no money down there.
Nah.
They stealing it all.
Yeah.
So the money that they do collect, they're stealing it. So it's not banked up somewhere. hmm
Yeah.
Okay. So now back to the state of Tennessee.
Oh Lord. we, what? Can we get out of Tennessee?
Woo! Now, it don't look like we'll get Tennessee tonight. Tennessee is doing a redistricting. Wait a minute, I'm sorry, Mississippi. I'm still on Mississippi. Okay, I correct myself. I'm still on Mississippi because I was talking about Senatobia, but now I'm talking about the whole state of Mississippi,
Okay.
which I would love to go to my church down there, Brown Baptist, but it's in South Haven, Mississippi, and that's why I can't come,
Yeah.
you know, because I don't like to go down there.
I don't either.
I would ride with somebody else's driving, preferably if they are Caucasian driver. But I try to keep my feet away from down there. So anyway, the whole state of Mississippi now, and this is national news, is doing because I mean it's a state, but it fits into national news because it's on voting rights. So they're doing a redistricting of the whole state, which will completely almost wipe out the African American vote. What can be done to stop that, Tim?
Um, I would have to say, I think they have really, really underestimated the people.
Mm,
They really have. And I'm not just talking about Mississippi. I'm talking
mm,
about all the way up the ladder.
mm,
We, the people, they're underestimating us. They really are.
mm,
Um, because it's to the point that I hope it don't come to this point, but it seems like we're going back to, like you said, the Civil War,
civil rights.
civil
Mm,
rights.
the movement that started in the '60s.
But
Mm.
we are one of the greatest country in the world, and I think that
Well, we used
these
to be.
these
Right now, we're
politicians,
not.
they were not. But it's not of our doing as a country; it's of their
Exactly.
doing.
Exactly.
Um, they really have underestimated us, um, because you'd be surprised what people can do when it's affecting all races, all of the above. How unity will come together.
Yeah, yeah. Came together in the civil rights movement when people got tired of it, and people are just about at that point right now.
Yeah,
You know, because these lawmakers are the ones that do. They did it. They just did it in Tennessee.
yeah.
Split.
And let me just
They split the city of Memphis up into three parts.
Yeah, and another thing, let me throw this in. I think it should be a cutoff point. If you're older than 60, that's it. You can't run for anything. Get out of this old. It's too much. We're dealing with them senile amnesia. You know what I mean?
But
Nobody is healthy up there.
people keep voting for them. So how do you stop
Yeah,
them
I
from
don't
voting
know,
for them?
but we need to
Because that's
stop.
the only way that we can get rid of them is for people not to vote for them, but they keep voting for them, so they say, or are they cheating on the vote?
I think what they're using for bad is going to ultimately end up being used for good. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like you said, we thought Donald was going to do the same thing that he did before. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't. He did the switcheroo on us, but it was such a red wave to where states from Democrat had flipped red,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be exactly the opposite this midterm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a blue wave because now red states are flipping blue.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Well, we're gonna take a break, and when I come back with the last thing. It's gonna be national news, but it's not gonna be about a war because I'm sick of this. Um, I'm sick of this ping pong tennis game going on with Trump and Iran,
yeah, yeah,
and Netanyahu. Everybody is,
yeah,
and we're also sick of this trade war
yeah,
that's going on between
Canada.
Donald and Canada.
Hmm.
I mentioned a little bit about that, like, and that's another reason why he did that about changing the uh, Lake Ontario Lake name to Lake America is because the Prime Minister of Canada made a comment the day before yesterday, I believe it was, but he did some cussing in his in his press conference, and it was all directed to Trump. In other words, you can go and whatever yourself. So, of course, the narcissist had to do something to get back. And his cussing wasn't gonna be enough because we've gotten used to him cussing. So he did this to try to get back at them about changing the name of the lake. All right, let's take a break. When I come back, we'll come back with that one last thing that I want to talk about in national news. And this was definitely national. And you can give me your take on that, Tim, and
Okay.
we'll talk just a little bit about it. We're
All
only
right.
seven. We're only 7 minutes over our 30 minutes, which is fine. We're within our timeline. We'll talk about that, and then um, well, before I go, I'm gonna ask you this question since we're talking about the lake. Are you surprised or not surprised that he didn't even try to name it Lake Trump? Okay, we are back. All right, Omaha Steaks, y'all. That is some real meat. And if you don't know what your grocery store is selling you and you really want some steak, you can definitely go to Omaha Steaks because they've been in business since 1901 or whatever it was, 1900. They're not going to sell you any mess. You're going to get the real deal. Okay, I just put in our YouTube link for the show. It's in the chat box for those of you on Facebook that would like to watch it laying down in the bed like I used like I like to do. You can go to our um, YouTube channel. See if I have that in here. I can put it up above. Um, I did have it on a banner. Um, well, I don't. But anyway, it's TPS Productions on YouTube. It will show at the end of the show on our outro video. It'll show, okay? But getting back to Trump and that lake, I just can't get off of that. I cannot get that off my mind. Um, The that just goes to show you how small a narcissist's mind is, and doesn't know how to really play the game. Because if you really wanted to checkmate the Canadian Prime Minister, then that's what he should have named the lake, Lake Trump. But he don't. He were you scared to go that far down? That's all I got to say on that. Okay, national news. So they just announced that a trial is supposedly be is finally set in October for the mastermind of the 9/11 disaster. As you know, 9/11 is right around the corner in September next month. Now, it's been over two decades since that happened. What, 26 years now, right?
Yeah.
And all this time, they kept him as a prisoner. So my question is, why there, didn't they, you know, prosecute him way before now? Why did they wait so long? Were they waiting for some real truths? And I say plural, truths, some real truths of what really happened and who really was behind it to come out. Um, I mean, not to come out, but to fade away, and for those people to involved with it to die out. What is the reason, Tim, that you think that they have kept him in prison all these years, and why did they not go ahead and immediately have his
Well, a
trial?
lot of people not gonna like this one, and a lot of people will. I'm with the conspiracy theorists when it comes to 9/11.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
really am.
Mhm.
I've watched several documentaries
Mhm.
on it,
Mhm.
and a lot of times on a big scale like that, everything is not what it appears to be.
That's right. That is so right.
Yeah,
So they're trying to wait for those people to die
yeah.
and wait for the real truth to fade away. Mm.
And whoever they got, it's just a foul guy. It's always a foul guy.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing with what Oswald back with
Mhm.
Kennedy.
Mhm.
You know, if you watch it, if you go down the rabbit hole,
You'll
it's
find
just
out.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So this
Now
is pretty much the same.
I got another question, and I want to know if you know anything about it.
Okay.
Now, for me, I have never heard or seen them say anything about the bodies of the people that were flying the planes. Have you ever heard them say that they recovered the bodies uh, or the teeth or anything? I mean, I
As
can understand the bodies may have burned, but the teeth don't, right? That's why I was looking for
well,
my partial after my house fire because I know my teeth didn't. Well, those plastic ones nowadays do burn, but
well, let's be clear. The twin towers was made of reinforcement steel. It
mm,
wasn't supposed to burn nor melt. But to get back to your question, no. And you know what makes that even worse is because they received their training here on our soil. They learn how to
so
fly.
they say, so they
Yeah,
say.
so they say. So they
But
say.
that might not be true.
They may
And the
not.
reason why is because look at Iran. We in a war now. They know how to fly planes. They didn't train over here. Look at Afghanistan. They know how to fly planes. They didn't train over here. So I don't even believe that. That's
I'm
why I
with the
say.
conspiracy
So
theorists
they
on that.
say under
Yeah,
big
I'm with
old
the conspiracy.
conspiracy theater, theater, big old
Mm,
conspiracy theater. I
yeah.
just made up a new phrase. It's not anymore. What is it? Spirit. What?
What's
I
that?
got what conspiracy.
Conspiracy? Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's not no longer a conspiracy theory. That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to say.
Uh-huh.
Theory, because that's the phrase.
Right.
Conspiracy theory. Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, since it's been so many years about these things that happened so long ago, it's now conspiracy theater. And that's the same way I feel about the back and forth with the war with Iran.
Yeah.
It is a conspiracy theater because they are just playing ping pong ball back and forth.
Yeah, America, we have really done some horrific things during war.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, totally. If you can think about anything, what's the worst of the worst? We've done it.
That's
Uh,
true.
the prime example was when we bombed this go around a school. They knew it was a school over there
Mhm,
with all those
mhm,
kids in it.
mhm.
America's
Somebody they
always
made a
been.
mistake. Somebody they made a mistake.
She's always been low down. She always has. I'm talking about America now.
Talking about Miss Liberty.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Miss Liberty is the mother for you.
And that's always remember this people. Freedom ain't free.
Uh-uh. No, it's more the dumb. DOM.
Mm-hmm.
DOM is what
Mm-hmm.
Miss Liberty wants
Mm-hmm.
us to be. Dumb.
Yeah.
DOM. Dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that, Tim. And that's why we're going to close on. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and watching us tonight. We will be back tomorrow night with the Emily Pearl Show. Miss Sybil Presley, hostess of the Mostest, will be with us. She's going to do a Dolly Parton presentation. That's why I didn't talk about it. I'm
Okay.
going to save that for tomorrow, okay?
All right.
And sorry, and she's gonna do a really good job with that. So we will back tomorrow with that and some more. Cause I got something that I want to show y'all tomorrow, so you don't want to miss the show. You know how I like to show my videos, right? But it's not about me. It's not my video. It's a video of something else. But you know what? I should have uploaded to the studio an event that's happening. I'm gonna see if I can find it right quick. Right now, and then we'll close on that. I should have uploaded that. I meant to. I knew it was something else I was supposed to put into the studio, and I totally forgot about it. But I'm uploading it to the studio now, and this is gonna. I want y'all to see this. This is an event that's happening. This is local, and then there's an event also happening next month. And guess what, y'all? Next month is my birthday month. I'm gonna have a good birthday month because I am going to the fair, the Delta Fair. I hadn't been in 20 years. That's gonna be on the 9th. And I'm also going to the Botanical Gardens on the 24th. I have not been there ever, ever. So Tim, the heartbeat of the South, has been
Yeah.
to Botanical Gardens. He said, I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
But here's an event that's coming up on September the 11th, local. And Mid South, y'all need to show up and show out. Check this out.
Get ready for the Barcades. That's right. In honor of Booker T. Washington's centennial celebration, it's the Barcades live in concert on Friday, September 11th at 7 p.m. Be there at the Alpha Memphis Educational Foundation, 4122 Barton Drive, here in Memphis. Come and enjoy yourself with the Barcades. Admission for the great event is only $55, which includes admission to the concert and dinner catered by Applebee's Goodman Road in South Haven, Mississippi. 25% of net proceeds will go to Booker T. Washington Alumni Association, sponsored by KVN Lawn Service. For more information, call 901-650-9927. That's 901-650-9927. Be there Friday, September 11th for the Barcades.
All right, now y'all got to show up for that because you're gonna get dinner catered by Applebee's. Everybody like Applebee's. So if you come to that, not only are you gonna party hardy, but you're gonna eat good in the neighborhood. Now I had meant to show that at the top of the show, but tomorrow night I'm gonna show it 3 times, make up for the one time that I missed because I should have shown at the beginning of the show and at the end. But tomorrow I'm gonna show it 3 times, and the beginning, the middle, and the end. All right. Okay, and I will be showing this all the way up till um the day of the Friday night before the day of the show. Well, actually, it's on a Friday night. So that Friday night, we will not be broadcasting because we will be live, partying and eating good in the neighborhood. So, but I was gonna say too that oh gosh, it left me that quick. Oh, Caviar Lawn Service is sponsoring this event, and so you guys make sure you come out. It's got to be in Whitehaven, um, mm-hmm, and Memphis local city. So, you guys from Mississippi and Arkansas, y'all be over here all the time anyway. So go ahead and pay that. It's only $55, and y'all know the Barcades can put it down. All right, come on and hear some good bass and everything. Hi, James. James Alexander can still thump that bass guitar, y'all. So y'all don't want to miss that because y'all know I love me some bass. Okay, then, Tim, closing remarks.
Love the show. A lot of information. Stay tuned. Be here tomorrow.
All right, that's my sentiment exactly. We thank y'all so much. And let's give our audience a round of applause because y'all, we don't do it for anybody but you. And we keep you for a second instead of some research and everything else. But we like to share what we research to you. So we'll see y'all tomorrow night, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Don't be late. Bye bye. Good night.